everybody, my name is Yanni Humphrey and welcome to the gift wrapping segment of today's Virtual Operations Holiday Party. Today I'll share with you some gift wrapping techniques and tips that you can use no matter the occasion. Stay tuned. I hope you enjoy the rest of the video. Now it's time to demonstrate how you can make your holiday gifts or gifts for any occasion just a little bit more festive than the normal paper and bow. So number one, we've already pre-wrapped our gifts for the sake of time. And the first gift is wrapped in a peppermint paper, okay? And I have some actual candy canes here and an ornament. We're gonna use our mesh. You can get this at your local Dollar Tree, Walmart, your craft stores like Hobby Lobby, Michael's. We're just gonna get some off and we're going to place it under our box and tie a bow for starters. Once you cut just a small piece off to tie a bow, we're going to tie it in a knot first. And the reason why is because I want to leave this open for my actual bow. So believe it or not, you can actually make a bow with this. It's very thin, so you have to make a few loops, and it's very easy. So with this, you start just holding the end in one hand, making a rabbit ear or a loop, bringing it back to meet you in your hand. Make another loop on the other side, and just keep going until you have the desired number of loops that you would like to have. Just back and forth. So I'm gonna stop it there. And right now, if I count, I have 4 loops on each side. And with 4 loops, we're going to cut there. Oh, that was the end. So now we have this pile of mesh, and we're just going to put the netting right in the middle. And remember, we made that knot. So you want to have one loose end at the top, one loose end at the bottom. Lie it in the middle, and then take both loose ends and tie them together to secure and formulate your bow. And you can actually tie it in a knot at this point, but if you have nice little candy canes to add or any other type of prop, you can actually add those in. Tie a knot there. But we also have this ornament. So for the ornament, what I like to use is something I introduced earlier, which was our wire, the bouillon wire. Very thin wire. And it's thin enough to cut just a small piece with your scissors. It slides right through the ornament. And I'm able to just make a loop of it, tie it as if you're going to tie a shoe, but you don't make the bunny ears. So now I have a loop. I bring a loose end of that mesh through the loop. And then I take the wire, draw it so that it's secure, and I'm going to knot it. So I'm tying a knot with the actual bouillon wire. And then I'm going to clip it. Clip the edges, those to the side. And then with the final 2 edges that I have, I'm just gonna tie a little bow to kind of conceal, if you will, the small piece of wire. Fluff everything out just to give it a slight tug. Open up your bows. Open up your loops. Just widen them so that bow that we've made with the mesh, and now we have some candy canes and an ornament. Okay. So a lot of times you can jazz up a gift based on who you're giving it to. So the next gift I would like to demonstrate is for, or could be for, a young girl. And so we're going to use props today. I have a little pink and purple pony, as you can see here. And I have an ornament. And so Christmas doesn't always have to be green and red, of course. This could be for a birthday minus the ornament. It could be for any occasion, a congratulatory gift, or in this case, we're just gonna, for the sake of the holiday party, we're gonna do it as if it were a Christmas gift for a young girl. So I'm basically going to make another bow, but this time we're using wired ribbon. And all wired ribbon is, it literally means that it has wire in it, and the wire is hinged on each side of the material. And what the wire can do for you is help you hold a certain form, as opposed to ribbon that doesn't have wire. It wouldn't be able to hold that loop, or I won't be able to shape it in ways that I desire. So if I want it flat, I want it to stand up, that's what wired ribbon can do. So in the same manner that we did the other gift, put your gift on the top of the ribbon. Just cut you a small piece. Gonna tie it in place. Just pull it as snug as you can without squeezing the box to the point where it bends. And once you get it in place, tie a knot to secure it. Once you have your knot to secure it, now you want to go ahead and wire your props. I'm going to take a piece of the bullion wire, and I'm going to secure it around the little pony's neck. If you can see, there's a seam there, so I'm going to try to put it there as best I can and conceal it, hopefully. I can do that successfully, then we can just knot it on one side, and the side that we knot it on is the side that we're going to place face down against the box so that it's concealed. I'm just going to knot that wire. Okay, so we have that done. I'm going to bring her little hair back to the other side there. Now, because we're also adding an ornament, we're going to do it with the wire as well, but I'm going to add them separately. Let's go ahead and string our little pony, or attach it to the center of the bow. I'm sorry, guys. I'm ahead of myself. Let me put the pony to the side. Let's go ahead and wire our ornament. And then those two parts will be ready, but there is something very much more important that I must do before we put those on. And that's add our bow. So forgive me for going so fast. So now we have our ornament ready to go. We have our pony ready to go. Now, for the bow. The mesh, again, easy peasy. And the way I describe making the ribbon or the bow using the mesh is no different than using wire ribbon, in my opinion. To make it as easy as possible, we're taking the same loop. Before, we held the mesh in our hands like this, but with the ribbon you can also hold it in between your fingers. Now typically I like to twist and then make a loop. Twist, make a loop, twist, make a loop, twist, loop. And with this until you get however many loops you desire. And that's basically, it depends on how full you want your bow to be. So that's just my method, twisting and making a loop. But I'm gonna show you an easier one too. So right now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on each side. So I'm gonna stop it right there. We're gonna cut it, and then we're going to do the same technique as before. Lie it right in the center of the gift with the loose end from the original ribbon at the top and one at the bottom. Tie it in a knot to secure the bow. Tight as you can, secure that bow. Okay? And so you still have loose ends. We're gonna use those in the end. So now we can add the pony. So I'm just gonna slide the wire right there around the bow. Turn her head that way. Lock it in. Knot it. And then we can cut it there. We have our ornament ready to go. And we're gonna do the same thing there. Slide that wire in there, under there. Tie it or knot it as well. Cut. Now the wire can be a little sharp, so you just want to make sure you fold down the little ends so that it doesn't hurt the child or whomever's going to be opening it. Take those 2 loose ends now, and let's tie them a small bow over the wire so that we can conceal the wire. And then we'll come back over it one more time and conceal the wire. Now, one thing about wired ribbon, sometimes the wire can stick out on the edges, and you can just basically find that wire and just trim it so it's not in the way. It doesn't hurt the child's finger when they're opening the gift. Okay, so now not only does the child have a nice gift inside the box, they also have some bonus gifts or bonus gift on the outside of the box. So now we just want to fluff our ribbon. Remember, this is wired ribbon, so it can hold the shape that we desire. There is no right or wrong way to shape your bow, however you see fit. I personally like mine to be kind of close-knit, make it kind of full. But if you desire it to be another way, it's simply up to you. And this is just one way we can display it, but basically now we have a nicely wrapped little girl's gift for Christmas. Okay. Next is for our little boys. We know little boys like to play with their trucks and dinosaurs and things of that nature. And whether that's what's in the box or not doesn't matter. It's all about just making it a fun gift for the child. So we're going to use another prop. This time we're using a little dinosaur and ornament. Our box is wrapped in brown, green, and blue and white stripes. We also have a little car here and some burlap ribbon. So this can get kind of messy, but as long as you have scissors, you can just kind of chip away at the loose strands of the burlap type ribbon. So what I'm gonna do is kind of cut that part off. It's kind of old, and then we'll start somewhere in the middle, and we'll do just what we've done before. We're gonna tie that burlap around a bit. And I'm not measuring, guys. It's just, you know, if that's something you want to do and be more precise to save ribbon, you can. But for the most part, if you can just get enough to have loose ends to help secure your bow once you tie it, that's exactly what you need. And so far, I haven't found that I had the need to measure, okay? So we've done that part, and now we're gonna make our bow. Same method as we've shown, as I demonstrated earlier. We're at the end of this, so we're gonna make smaller loops so we can have a fuller bow since we don't have a lot left. As I'm looping and twisting, I am lifting up a finger, lifting up one of my fingers that are securing the center. When I lift it up, I'm able to grab the new loop, take the other fingers out, put it behind, twist. The idea is, regardless of how you hold it, just make sure that you're keeping the bow in place in the center at all times, okay? Loop and twist. A beautiful bow. You can already see you don't have much forming to do because it just makes a beautiful bow already based on that type of material that it's made out of. Okay, we're going to take our loose ends, tie it around, secure it. Okay, this is a little thicker, so I'm not going to tie a knot here. Look how beautiful that comes out, and we haven't even had to fluff at all. It's just beautiful the way this ribbon actually works. And so now we need to secure our dinosaur and our little truck and our ornament. Okay. I think what I've just decided to do, rather than put it all on there, I'm just going to use one. But just to give you an idea, you can always use either of these, but I don't want to make it look chunky. So I'm just going to give the little car in the center. And because I'm using wire and not hot glue, again, this is a replacement for the hot glue, the child is still able to use this little vehicle when he receives his gift. You don't have, it's not ruined as a result. So I'm just going to tie the wire around on the front wheels, just like so, knot it. I think this time what I'm going to do is what I did the very first time, was make a hole, a loop. There's a loop right there. And then I'm going to tie a knot above that loop. Reason why is that now I can run the ribbon, the loose ends of the ribbon through that hole. I think it's a little easier than the one I previously demonstrated. So now I have a hole here. So I'm gonna cut my edges off. And those down. And now the little truck can go through my hole here. able to just tie or secure him, if you will. And if you hear snoring, that is my dog snoring. The reason why he's snoring is because it is midnight in my town. And he generally won't go to bed without me, so he's right by my feet and he's snoring. So now we have our little car secure there. And again, if this is for a regular party, because gifting or gift wrapping is not all about Christmas, but it could be for any occasion and just because. And so what we've been able to do now is put the little car on. We're going to add the ornament to make it complete. And for the sake of time, we're going to run it through here. And it'll be right on top of the little truck. This ribbon is so full, I'll knot it right here and then cut. Then I'm able to just kind of move it to the side. And that bow, wow, I just love how full it is. That makes for a nice little boy's gift. So next up is a box that has been wrapped in craft paper, brown craft paper. I love using brown craft paper for gifts. It makes for a unique look, and it can be dressed up in any way you want because it's like a blank canvas. This paper can be brought on a roll just as gift paper is brought on a roll at your local Dollar Tree, hobby store like Hobby Lobby, or craft store rather, Michael's, and stores like that. Walmart even. But again, love to use this particular paper. So what we're gonna do, we're going to wrap this or dress it up a little bit. I have some wire ribbon and it's a cloth ribbon. Sometimes I like using the brown paper when I'm wrapping mail gifts that are intended for males. And not a whole lot of frilly things and stuff like that, but just some basic bland material, if you will. Yet it still looks like it's for, you know, a male, and pretty much can still be dressed up. So because it's a holiday gift, I want to incorporate this particular, I guess you can call it a floral pick, if you will. It has some pine cones, a little greenery here, as if from like a Christmas tree, and some other little berries. I'm just gonna stick it through the knot to kind of help me secure it, like so. And then the rest, it will be covered up whenever we complete the bow. Next, we want to go ahead and put the wire in or onto an ornament, because I want to add it. It's not a really flashy ornament, so I think it works perfect for a box that's intended for a male. I'm just gonna make a little hole here, just big enough for the ribbon to go through to secure our ornament on it. stop there, but we want to give it a little bit more ribbon. So we're just going to make a small bow using the technique already demonstrated. But this, well, I think I'm going to change my mind. I'm going to show you that other technique. So this is a technique, and I'm going to use the stapler with it. But instead of looping and twisting, we're just going to fold. So we got one loop. There's the center. And we're going to come back with a loop, and then we're just going to fold. But this time we're just using, we're going to do it as, we're going to do so using the length of the fold. So this is a fold, right? And so I take this edge and then I'm just gonna fold again. And I just keep folding. And some of you may find this easier than twisting and then holding and then looping. And so once we get it all folded, nicely folded, I am going to simply take my staple gun and put a staple in the middle. Okay, with the staple in the middle, I'm going to tie it with the excess or the loose ribbon here. Just tie it to hold it in place. Okay. Just gonna clean up the ribbon just a little bit because it can get frayed as we go along our way. And then we're gonna take these loops, break them apart, and then shape them. So just take the loops out and then shape them. The extra piece of the ribbon here, we can just manipulate it as we see fit. Yeah, we have a little piece of our stem hanging out, but I just bend it over just so. And now we have our gift here, ready for the tree. Next, I'm going to demonstrate using deco mesh to wrap a large gift. So here we have some wide deco mesh here, and a huge box. And I think the wide deco mesh in this case is really good to use because of the size of the box. So deco mesh has its own form, and it makes wrapping, or should I say, makes making a bow so easy because it's not much to it. You don't have to do all that looping and twisting or folding. It does get kind of tangled with itself, but if you can just get it out of the box, like so. So now I end up with two pieces, one on each side. And then I'm simply going to tie it. Just tie it in the center, just like so. And like all the other boxes, put it in a knot. Now with deco mesh, you can put it all the way through, make a knot, or you can put a loop through. It's just so pliable that you can simulate a bow, you know, and the form is just so easy, and so it makes it really easy to work with. So I think what I want to do next is go ahead and get our ornaments wired. I'm going to attempt to do all three at once. So I'm going to put one on slide the end of the wire through the loop of the mesh just to make it more secure. Perfect. Because the wire pretty much blends in, it's almost camouflage. With this particular color, it's perfect. Just tie it, knot it, secure it. Once we have it, pull it tight. Clean up any frayed edges. Box. I'm going to adjust my camera just a little bit. Beautiful big box. Ready for the tree. Easy peasy. Now, next thing I want to demonstrate is I was talking to a friend the other day and they were saying they give a lot of cash for Christmas because their kids are much older. And I wanted to demonstrate how, rather than just sliding our cash into a card and just saying, here's your cash, here's the envelope, you can find little deep boxes at the Dollar Tree. I found this one for $1. It's really intended, it looks to be intended for a gift card because it has 2 little slots right there. But you could easily just slide some dollar bills or some bills right in this slot. Like it fit, they would fit perfectly. Put the top on. And then we're going to wrap it in a unique way. We're going to use a piece of cellophane paper, which is basically a piece of tissue paper, but it's the Mylar kind. So let's put the little box inside. Alright? We're going to put it inside so that our pointed edges of the wrap point up. As you can see, it's like a triangle. So that's the top. Just kind of fold it over, like so, like that. Now, the box is in here. I'll put the scissors just to hold this in place. Now I have a little goodie bag. Something that you would normally buy for a kid's party, put treats in. I'm going to slide that into the goodie bag. And the goodie bag is going to serve the purpose of holding everything in place, securing it, right? So we adjust the paper. So now we can tie this portion at the top so that our paper is sticking out the top. Before we do that, I have a pre-made tag from the Dollar Tree. We're going to stick our cord through the tag, and then we're going to use it to secure our little money box. And so now your recipient doesn't know. They don't get the envelope like they normally do. But guess what? They still get the money, but in a cuter way. There you go. That's one way you can wrap your cash. Well, most recently, one of my team members shared a video with me, and I wanted to share it with you guys. And so I have all the sheets that I want to go into my bag, and they're all color coordinated to kind of match the bag. So it's red and gold. So I put a red sheet down, and on top of it, I'm going to put a gold sheet down, but I'm going to make it kind of diagonal, as you can see. And then I'm going to go with one of the cream colors. And it'll be in the same position as the red piece was. I don't know if you can see the view, but as you can see, I have the red and the white are together. And then I'm going to go red again. And this time the red and the diagonal goal would be together. So I'm just putting one on top of the other. And every other one, putting it in the same position as the one prior to the left. And then this will conclude the last one, right? And so using the same technique of just grabbing it in the center, we're still gonna grab them in the center, but this time we're grabbing all of them together. So, I don't know if you can see, I'll adjust my camera a little bit. I'm grabbing them in the center, all at once. Just keep them in the center all at once. Bring them up slowly, and then rub them all out. And then all of them they can all be inserted into the bag. Just imagine that you've already put your gift in here. They can all be inserted into the bag. At one time. I thought that was really neat. It's really cool. Get it in there. There we go. All the edges are really nice and straight for the most part. But you get the idea, so that I can just get the bag to just stay open. Next, try this one more time. So, the end result is everything is nice and pointy and full, and everything's in the bag at one time. That was pretty neat. So thanks, Shamia, so much for sharing that. Well, that concludes the gift wrapping segment of our virtual operations holiday party. Thank you for joining me.